Okay, here's a quick video on how to use Google Sheets. Our particular purpose today is to show you how to make a project management sheet or Scrum board for your upcoming group project. Everyone's going to get a chance to use this tool and just learn a little bit about Google Sheets. So you have kind of a checklist of to-dos on our right side over here. So learning to navigate the sheets. These are called cells. See what's highlighted in blue here? So this would be cell A1, kind of like Battleship, B1, C1, right? These would be rows up and down are columns. So columns are labeled with letters and rows with numbers. This would be cell B2, C5, and so on. Basically, just like your normal word processing and data sheet, file has the save button, how to download, what to open, and delete, etc. Edit has your undo, redo, cut, copy, and paste. View has, I'll teach you guys how to use freeze in a little bit, but how to view the screen, show toolbar, show, hide it, etc. Insert, charts, rows, columns, etc. Format, is when you're changing what the text or the numbers look like. So we'll use this tool or menu quite a bit. Data we'll get into for data validation, which means it only will allow you to enter certain values, tools, add-ons, etc. Okay, so that's brief navigation. How to enter data? You click on the cell and you start typing. Notice it shows up in the formula bar up there. Okay, right here's what's called the formula bar, and I have this already kind of started for you. To jump to a next cell, you can hit the tab key. To go down, you hit the enter key. Okay, so some quick shortcuts. You can also use your directional keys, your arrows. Okay, so I'll have you enter this data here quick, and I already have it done for you. So formatting. Okay, the font, the headers, freezing rows and columns, text wrapping, etc. So notice when I shorten this column width up, see how this text or this cell runs into the next one? Well, if I just simply put my cursor there and double click, it auto fits it for the widest deal in that column. Same thing for the rows and the row height. So column widths and row heights. You can also just adjust it manually. All right. Let's say I wanted the text to wrap in the cell. So let's say I highlight the whole column by clicking on A here. If I go up here, this is how you can position it. You can center stuff. You can right align, left align. You can how to vertically align it within the cell. But the next one here is text wrapping. So right now, notice how it kind of overflows into the next one. Well, if I wanted to wrap it, see how when it gets to the max cell width, it goes to the next line. So that's kind of handy to know how to do as well. So right now I'm just going to auto fit that, and then I might, for all this other stuff over here, I might set it up so it's wrapped. Okay. Headers, freezing rows and columns. Let's do that real quick. So I'm going to click on A1. I'm going to hit the Shift key and then click on F1 there. Notice how it highlights all of those. I'm going to center those up, and then I'm going to bold them. I'm going to make them size 12 font, and I want to underline them. So, and then I'm also going to tell you what, freeze this row right here, which means when I scroll, that will always show. So freeze row 1, or okay, and then I'm going to freeze column A. So notice when I scroll, this is still up there. If I go all the way this way, you can still see my headings. So that's kind of a nice thing to know how to do. Okay. Number formatting. So for deadlines, I'm going to want to put certain dates in here. And so these are things that we'll talk about in class when your project comes up. But let's say I want to have the company name and location due by, I don't know, next Monday. So, or even by, we'll say by Friday. Okay, so I'm going to put in 12/7/18. Well, it automatically recognizes it as a date, right? Well, if I go up to data format, and then number. Okay, there's different ways to show information. If I click on date, it'll show it as such. All right, let me go back here. We can show different types of dates. So if we come down here, more formats, more date and time formats. So let's say I want it to show that way, or so I'll hit apply. Now it'll say the specific day, which for some of you might be handy. You'll know, okay, that means Friday. But notice how it changed it for you. Now let me type in, I don't know, just to give you a non-example here. Let's say I change the format altogether. Let's say I go just to numbers. Well, Friday, December 7th in data numbers is 43,000. So clearly that means nothing to us. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and make sure that we get the right information. And then as we go along and as you talk with your group and as we add duties, you can go in and put in deadlines. Okay, so next thing for our project. Okay, well, we're going to have certain types of status. Well, is it not started yet? Is it in progress? Does it need to be reviewed? Or is it fully complete? So those are some things that we're going to want to put in those boxes. So I'm going to highlight all the way down to here. And we're going to do what's called data validation. Okay, so instead of a list from a range, we're going to go a list of items. And we're going to separate with a comma. So not yet started, in progress, needs reviewing, or ready for review, and complete. And you can have you can check this box to say, okay, it'll tell you what to put in. And you could say show warning or reject input altogether if it's not one of those things. So I'm going to hit OK. So now notice you get a drop down menu, right? So when we start on something, we can just make them all not yet started. Okay, and then for task owners, okay, what you're going to do here is